Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and I literally cannot sleep because my brain is just doing loops over this entire Jocelyn Carly and Valentin's situation in the attic. Like, I'm trying to process it, and the more I think about it, the less sense it makes, but also, it makes perfect sense. I don't know. Here's what's bugging me, Jocelyn. Just Jocelyn. Wait, let me back up. Because if we don't look at the context, the whole thing just seems like a fever dream. Actually, no. First, I should mention the door. The way she kicked open the attic door. Who does that? Jocelyn is suddenly Jason Morgan. She just kicks open a solid wood door. I assume it's solid wood. It's a giant mansion. They don't use cheap hollow core doors, right? Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed she didn't even hesitate. She just kicked it open. And she's holding a WSB standard silenced pistol. Okay, wait, let's stop right there. A WSB standard silenced pistol. Where did she get that? I mean, not exactly, but kind of. Is she working for the WSB now? Or maybe not. I don't know. Did she steal it from Anna? Did she find it in some secret stash Jason left behind? It's a highly specific piece of tactical weaponry for a college student to just have, and she's holding it like she knows exactly what she's doing. She's not shaking, she's not crying, well, not yet anyway. She's just dead set on this idea that Valentin is going to endanger Carly. Which, okay, valid. Valentin is dangerous, but since when is Jocelyn the one executing a literal WSB purge order? What was I saying? Oh, right, the purge order. That's the exact phrasing. A purge order. That implies official sanction, or at least she believes it's officially sanctioned. But then again, that doesn't explain why she's doing it herself. If the WSB wants Valentin dead, wouldn't they send a professional? Why, Jocelyn? It's weird. Like, really weird. The whole thing is just weird. I think it was episode 12, or 13, somewhere around there, where she first started getting really paranoid about him. But to escalate to a silenced pistol and a purge order? That's a massive leap. Anyway, the point is... Wait, what was the point? Oh, the attic. So she kicks open the door and there's Valentin. Louis Huey just casually bending over burning documents in an old fireplace. First of all, who burns documents in an old fireplace in someone else's attic? Why is he in Carly's attic? How did he even get up there without anyone? Noticing, does the mansion not have security? I know Sunny's security is always terrible, but come on. And what are these documents? Paper? Who uses paper anymore unless it's something incredibly incriminating that can't be kept on a flash drive? Pikeman files old Cassadine blackmail. Maybe it's something about John Cates. I don't know, but he's burning them. Which means he's trying to destroy evidence, which means Jocelyn was kind of right to be suspicious. But then Jocelyn doesn't even ask questions. She doesn't say drop the papers. Or put your hands up. She just aims at his left chest, the heart basically, and pulls the trigger twice. 2 shots. A double tap. That is cold. That is so cold. She was fully intending to kill him right then and there. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but hear me out. Maybe she hesitated for a split second, because if she didn't hesitate, how did Carly have time to react? Which brings me to the craziest part of this entire sequence. Carly Spencer. Actually, no. First I should mention the shadows. The prompt says Carly unexpectedly rushed out from the shadows behind the chimney. Why was Carly in the shadows? Was she hiding? Was she spying on Valentin? Or... wait. Were they meeting? Were Carly and Valentin having a secret meeting in the attic? And he was burning the documents for her, or with her. If she was hiding from him, why would she jump in front of a bullet for him? I mean, think about it. Carly hates Valentin. Or at least she should. He's done terrible things. But she uses her own body to shield him. She literally throws herself in the trajectory of the bullets. 2 shots silenced and Carly takes 1 straight in the shoulder. The physics of this are blowing my mind. Jocelyn shoots. Carly jumps. The bullet hits Carly's shoulder. That means Carly had to be moving incredibly fast, or Jocelyn's aim was thrown off by seeing her mother suddenly appear. But the text says Carly used her body to shield him, so it was a deliberate sacrificial move. Why would Carly Spencer take a bullet for Valentin Cassadine? Is she playing some 4D chess? Does she need him alive for something? Or is there some secret alliance we don't know about? But then again, that doesn't explain why she didn't yell stop before Jocelyn pulled the trigger. If she saw Jocelyn kick the door open, why wait until the gun is firing to jump out? Maybe it happened too fast. The silenced pistol probably didn't even make a loud noise, just that cinematic thwip sound, so maybe Carly just reacted on pure instinct. And then, the blood. Oh my god, the blood. The bullet hits Carly's shoulder and her blood splatters directly onto Jocelyn's face. This is the moment everything shifts. This is the exact second the badass WSB assassin persona shatters and Jocelyn becomes a terrified kid again. You can almost see it happening in slow motion. The warm blood hitting her skin. The realization of what she just did. She thought she was protecting her mother by killing Valentin, and instead, she literally shot her own mother. It's Shakespearean. It really is. I mean, not exactly, but kind of. It's like Oedipus, but with mobsters and spies. She tried to prevent a tragedy and ended up causing it. Jocelyn completely breaks down. Collapses. Sụp đổ hoàn toàn. Her brain just short-circuits. And honestly, who can blame her? She was holding a silenced pistol, playing God, playing executioner, and she just gunned down Carly. But then we get to Valentin. Okay, wait, let me back up. Valentin was the target. He was about to take 2 bullets to the chest. He should be in shock. He should be pulling his own gun. But what does he do? He immediately drops the whole sneaky villain burning documents thing and goes straight into survival, first responder. He rushes to give first aid to the woman who just saved his life. He doesn't attack Jocelyn. He doesn't run away. He stays, puts pressure on Carly's shoulder wound, and screams at Jocelyn. And this is the part that I keep obsessing over. The dialogue dynamics here. Valentin, the supposed threat, the guy Jocelyn was absolutely convinced was going to hurt Carly, is the one desperately trying to keep Carly alive. He's yelling at Jocelyn to call an ambulance instead of continuing to shoot. Call 911. Stop shooting and call an ambulance. I can just hear his voice, that frantic commanding tone. It's weird. Like really weird. The whole thing is just weird. The juxtaposition is insane. Jocelyn is standing there, probably still holding the gun, her mother's blood on her face, completely paralyzed by panic terror and extreme remorse. Hoảng loạn và sợ hãi. Vô cùng hối hận. She is broken. And Valentin is the rational one. Valentin is the one saving Carly. I keep thinking about the psychological fallout of this. How does Jocelyn ever recover from this? She pulled the trigger. Yes, she was aiming at Valentin, but she hit her mom. And she did it with a WSB gun. If the police show up and they have to write, Valentin is telling her to call an ambulance, which means the paramedics are coming, which means the cops are coming. How do they explain this? Oh, hey! My daughter kicked open the attic door with a silenced pistol and tried to execute a purge order on my secret attic guest. But I jumped in the way. Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed that Valentin didn't tell her to run. He told her to call the ambulance. He's implicating her. Or maybe he's just trying to save Carly and doesn't care about the consequences for Jocelyn. But if Jocelyn calls 911, she's going to be arrested for attempted murder. Unless Carly lies. Which Carly absolutely will do. Carly will probably say the gun went off accidentally or that an intruder shot her and ran away. But what about the documents? Are they still burning in the fireplace? Is the room filling with smoke? What was I saying? Oh, right, the remorse. Jocelyn's remorse is going to be the driving force for her character for the next 2 years. I can feel it. She's been on this high horse for so long, judging Sunny, judging Dex, judging everyone for their violent lives, and now she is the violence. She brought a gun into her own home. She pulled the trigger. She shed her mother's blood. Actually, no. First, I should mention the irony. She thought Valentin was the danger to Carly. She was so convinced that Valentin was the threat that she became the threat herself. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of doom. And Valentin. What is he thinking in that moment? He's a calculating guy. He's always 3 steps ahead, but I don't think he saw Carly jumping in front of a bullet for him. I think that genuinely shocked him. He's doing first aid, his hands are covered in her blood, and he's realizing that Carly Spencer just saved his life. That creates a life debt. Valentin takes debts very seriously. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but hear me out. What if Valentin set this whole thing up? No, wait, that's stupid. He couldn't have known Jocelyn would show up with a WSB gun. Nobody could predict that. Jocelyn going full of Femme Nikita was not on anyone's bingo card, so it has to be organic. It has to be a chaotic collision of secrets. Valentin sneaking into the attic to burn files, Carly hiding in the shadows, either watching him or waiting for him. Jocelyn tracking him down, fully intending to commit murder. I just can't get over the image of it. The dark attic, the glow of the fire in the old fireplace, the sudden crash of the door, the silent poof of the gun, Carly leaping out of the darkness, the spray of blood, and then the screaming. It's so cinematic. But I keep second-guessing myself about the WSB angle. Why a purge order? Did someone manipulate Jocelyn into doing this? Did someone feed her fake intel that Valentin was going to kill Carly? Knowing Jocelyn would react exactly like this. If so, who? Who benefits from Valentin being dead and Jocelyn being in prison? Wait, let me back up. Maybe it wasn't a fake purge order. Maybe it was real, and Jocelyn intercepted it. But why would she execute it herself? Why not just give the intel to Jason or Sonny because she wanted to prove something? She wanted to prove she could handle it. She wanted to protect her mom herself. And she failed spectacularly. I mean, not exactly, but kind of. She didn't kill her mom, hopefully. A shoulder wound is usually survivable in soap operas unless it gets infected with some rare cassidine toxin or something. But the emotional damage is fatal. I keep replaying the moment the blood hits her face. That's the exact moment her childhood dies. She's an adult now, in the worst possible way. She's crossed a line she can never uncross. You don't just go back to studying anatomy textbooks after you've shot your mother with a silenced pistol. Anyway, the point is... Wait, what was the point? The point is, I am losing my mind over this scene. It's weird. Like, really weird. The whole thing is just weird. But it's also brilliant. I just need to know what those documents were. And why Carly was in the shadows. And where the hell Jocelyn got a WSB gun. I think I need to rewatch the last 5 episodes. Or maybe not. I don't know. My brain is just fried.